Hey, and welcome back. Today we're going to be working on the 392.
Yeah, we're installing Go Rhino side steps, the Xtreme D1s. So we have them here. We've actually taken off the step part that's getting powder coated. We're going to put it on after everything is installed. So we're going to get under the Jeep, take off the rock rail, and get this installed.
Yep. Some of the tools that you're going to need to do this, you're going to need a T50 Torx, a 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter. I think that's it, right?
13 millimeter socket.
13 millimeter socket as well.
So it comes with 3 brackets that you put exactly in the mounting points where the rock rails come from. There's a front, a middle, and a rear. The front and the rear are very similar. One is more rectangular, one's more square. You can't really mess it up because apparently they won't fit in each other's spots. So if it doesn't fit, you probably have the wrong one. And then the much bigger middle one. And then this mounts right on top of that.
Yep. These little brackets slide inside of this, and then this mounts to this through the step. So
Yeah.
you'll see all that when we take you underneath.
Yeah, when we go under there, we'll show all of that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So underneath here, there are 3 spots where you're disconnecting. One in front, one in the middle, and one over on that side. Each one's connected in 3 spots. So you have the 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter bolts right here, and then this is going to be a 13 millimeter.
You might want to try to get somebody to help you to hold this up while you do it, or you can do it by yourself. You would just lay parallel to the car and kind of hold the end up with your knee or something.
All right, once those are removed, have the impact driver here with 13 millimeter socket, and we take off these other 3. Now it is a good idea to just keep a hand or something on this so it doesn't fall on you when you get to the last one especially, but it is kind of slit in there so it shouldn't come out too easily.
All right, now we're gonna go from underneath and pull it out from the other side. Be right back.
The bracket attached the exact same holes that we just took the stock rock rails from, so those 9 spots are the exact 9 spots that we're going to attach to. So on the front, so the bolt goes from the outside, washer, and the nut just goes on there. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, just the exact same holes that we just pulled everything out of. It's exactly where this is going. This part is much easier with 2 people. So you'll want one person down here. These are 11 millimeter to hold this in place while the other person uses the impact from the outside. With the brackets secure, we're now ready to attach the step to the brackets. Out of all the research that I've done on this, the only negative reviews are about how difficult this part of the installation is. So what we're going to have to do is slide these inside of the step, and then through the bracket, it goes into here, and this is threaded inside. The problem is that when you're installing, from what I understand, you're doing it blind. You have to slide this around inside of the step to be able to find the hole. So we're going to have one in front. One in back, and one is somewhere right around the middle. And when we're underneath the Jeep, that's when we're going to put it in the exact spot. Okay, so before we got on camera, just because we needed one person to hold, one person to get these in, and one person to record, we only have the 2 of us. We got these 2 in, they're still loose in there, so it's still moving around. You want to keep it loose until the very end, because right before you tighten everything, you want to make sure everything is centered, and it'll still shift until you tighten it. So the whole process here is you go through this hole, and you need to thread it through this bracket, which is floating around in there. So you're basically doing it by feel. And you just want to get it to bite onto the thread. Within each bracket, it seems like the first one is difficult. Once you get that in, the other one just lines up. And get it in there, make sure it's in, but don't tighten it until you've centered everything. So just to give you a close-up look, so this is the brackets, the holes, there's one on each side. It is tight in here, so what we're using is we're using the Torx 50 that came with the Jeep in that little kit. It's small enough to fit here. Nothing else that we had would fit here, so if you have tools that don't fit, check out your Jeep toolkit. It'll have what you need in there. And then show you close up. In there is that floating bracket that you have to flip up and mate the holes. Push it over a little so you can see. But there, that hole has to line up with that, and you have to thread the bolt through here into that hole blindly. So lots of fun. But I'm gonna get out of the way here so Dee can go ahead and finish these two, and we'll be right back. So we got it attached. Feels very solid. Gonna go do the other side. We'll be right back. So with the steps on, we did take out the center pieces and send them to the powder coater because this is for gold rush after all. So it's got to match some of the gold. So we're gonna get these back on there, and we'll have a finished product.
Let's do it.
This center piece just attaches with 4 screws from the bottom and 4 screws from the top. All right, gonna go do the other side. We'll be right back. We got the steps on. I think with the gold, it really ties the front and the back together with the wheels and the inner fenders.
Yeah, looks good.
So what's left?
Duck it.
On to the next one.